Hey everyone, I wanted to go over the new and exciting news that we got for Monster Hunter Rise on both the Nintendo Switch and on PC. And that's the fact that Capcom went ahead and dropped yet another one of those brand new weapon tutorial videos that they have been putting out as of recently, basically trying to entice an entirely new audience into the game as they break down all the weapons that are available in Monster Hunter Rise. Presumably this is for people who are going to be starting the game in Sunbreak, who didn't necessarily start playing the game in Rise. They also have heavily discounted the game as of recently, so most likely they are trying to get people excited, and those people who are excited and coming in, they're going to want to learn some basics about each one of the weapons. We've gone over a couple of the videos already, but in this one specifically, we're going to be talking about the most brisk weapon in the game, which of course is the light bowgun. This one is one of the more popular weapons in the game, period, only because of all the versatility that it provides and the rapid fire effect. And basically what you have here, and if you see in the B-roll right now, you see in their hunters explaining pretty much how ammo counts work, how you can actually use the targeting system in the practice arena to make better understanding of your tracking of your cursor, how it is that you actually need to be able to make sure properly aim things and where you want to hit them. And one of the things that I really noticed that they went over in depth was explaining distance, which is something that gunners don't necessarily pay too much attention to. The proper distance you need to stand from your target to be able to get critical mass hit. It's all color coded. It's all kind of like based on the screen shake and the color coding. So you need to be able to have paid some attention and understand where it is, how far it is you are from the monster, to be able to make sure that you are getting the most amount of damage out of each and one of those attacks. And I think in this video specifically, even if it's not in English, you're going to be able to understand it very clearly what best distance is going to be about, and it's something that gunners definitely need to make sure that they know a little bit about. They then quickly transition to talk about rapid fire and all the benefits that you have. Of course, if you still don't necessarily know, rapid fire essentially means for every one shot that you typically would use of ammo, you're instead going to get a burst set of 3 shots all at once, and they're going to be more beneficial because you're going to get free extra damage essentially, and 2 extra shots for every ammo count. However, that doesn't necessarily work for every single ammo type depending on the light bowgun that you are using, so it's always worth considering your setup in that regard. They also transition to the traps that you can lay down, the little mines and stuff like that, how they work and how they can do KO damage. They actually interestingly enough show it in like Arzuros or something, how they just put it down and then you can just kind of slap that Arzuros around and instantly kind of like knock it down after being put in a trap, which is really funny. I don't think I've actually seen that done before. I don't even actually think I knew about that KO damage if you do it that way, which again is completely inefficient, but it is very funny that they chose to showcase that specifically. And then the last part of the video, they just quickly transition and showcase just some of the silk bind attacks that you have. They don't show you the wiring maneuvering one, the wide fan I think it's called, the one that I use mostly, only because that is the best one easily. For me specifically, it gives you boosted, I believe, 10% more damage if you keep it activated for, I believe it's a minute or 35 seconds or something like that. But more importantly, it is just so great for maneuverability and escaping a really bad situation. So that one for me personally. But they got like the launching one, the vault one, or whatever it is, and they're fine, but not necessarily all that big of a deal. With that said, again, these videos are a thank for brand new players who don't quite understand the mechanics for each one of the weapons, which is all well and good, especially as they're bringing in that PC audience still to the fold. And presumably people are going to be, let's be realistic, people are going to be jumping into Sunbreak for the very first time. That always seems to happen. It happened with Iceborne. It's going to happen here now. So it is what it is. They certainly want that audience to be able to have some sort of understanding. Now I still wonder why they chose to do this so late, more importantly, and there's no English version of these videos as of yet. I presume they're gonna make one down the road, but for right now these are all in Japanese, and it is what it is. But that's about all the information that I wanted to go over today, showcasing just a little bit of their information for what the most brisk, fastest weapon that it is in the game, and that is the light bowgun. If you are brand new to my channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, hit the bell to receive notifications when the videos go up, and as always, thank you so much for watching. See ya.